Are we okay? We got the fucking... We've got to do the fucking shit that we for fucking drug abuse. No! Are you listening?
It has come to my attention that Lorne Armstrong, aka the owner and proprietor of the Trailer of Failure, the Cornville Condom Company, the man with the 56K Cornville modem for a brain, is lurking in the chats. Now, some of you may ask, how would you possibly know that? Well, let me explain how I get information. I manage a very large, high-profile project at work. I know how to talk to people. I have to talk with difficult people all the time, but I talk to regular people, normal people, just going to work, doing their job. And a lot of these people that I speak to that were associated or are still associated with him in some way, they know who you are, Lorne. They know what you are. You have access to computers now. You have access to people who have computers and smartphones. And from what I understand, Mr. Penis, you fucking loser, you are lurking in these chat rooms. Now, I suspected, Lorne, that you were in those chat rooms because Cornville Three-Way, who you have referred to as that Australian guy in the past, you were in the chat and you said, this Australian dude or Australian guy, he's so weird, he's so obsessed. This is something you would say, Lorne. And in another chat, I don't know if it was the same username, you've been going around to them saying you're so obsessed and fucking pathetic and disgusting and all those words. Well, let me rephrase that. Those little words, that little circle of the entire English language that you use. See, just talking about you makes me want to go, hey, yeah. The only person I know who's never had head trauma, but still continues to act like it and speak like it. You're in these chat rooms, you're lurking because your unwarranted ego keeps you in there. You can't help it. Serial killers, they have groupies. They have women who like bad boys. They have women who want that notoriety by getting with someone who's been in prison. They want to be the woman who landed Richard Ramirez or Ted Bundy. Ted Bundy had a daughter from a woman that he banged in prison. Lorne, you're still a virgin. And you know people know this. You have been exposed to the world. And you thought, because you're the biggest name on NBC in your head, that women actually wanted you. People said it's willful ignorance, Lorne. They said it was willful ignorance. That you just went along with the catfish. No, you didn't. Because you still call them by their catfish names today, and you talk about them like they were real. Which means you thought for a moment that any woman would tolerate your abuse, your absolutely vile text messages and voicemail messages, your stalking, your harassment. Lorne, I know about Paula. I know about what really happened. I have 3 different versions of what happened. And not one of them has her even, or just barely knowing who you were. You did what you always do. You assumed that because you wanted a relationship, so did she. And you stalked her, and you terrorized her. And she even changed the name she went by. You'll never find her, Lorne, because she doesn't want to be found. You are a scary individual. Not to me, because I could knock you the fuck out with one right hook. You're a coward and a weakling. And the only thing you have in life to distract you from your pathetic, as you say, existence is to lurk in these chat rooms and try to speak negatively about the people who are streaming. Again, the multiple usernames. And I'm sure a couple of them are people you know. And from what I understand, one or two other people who are in the same boat as you are. They find it entertaining, but you're so stupid, Lorne, that you think they actually want to help you. Much like your school life as an 87, people are not laughing with you. They are laughing at you. They stand over your shoulder and they laugh and you go, I know these people, right? But you don't understand they're laughing at how pathetic, as you say again, you are. Lorne, you have nothing to offer the world. The only thing you have ever offered the world is comedy gold. And a prime example of what a man should never be. You are a guy, again, because I know you've listened to my videos, and I know you've listened to the other videos that are out there, now that you have access to the internet, places you're not supposed to be as well, you're listening to these videos. I don't know if it gives, maybe finally gives you, with your erectile dysfunction, gives you a real hard-on. I don't think you've ever had an orgasm, Lorne. I think when you get a tingly little feeling down there, that's when you assume it's over. But we're going back to what I said. You're in these chat rooms, and you're listening to it, and you're thinking, oh man, I'm such a fucking celebrity. No, Lorne. You are scary. And everything that you do is baffling. It's mind-blowing that you think any woman or any human being anywhere would ever tolerate what you do, would ever put up with what you do. You abuse and scream and yell. Of course, you blame them. And then you expect them to drive up and meet you in person, to see the real you. Lorne, if you can't show the real you on the phone, why the fuck would you expect someone to drive up to Maine after what they've heard and seen and deal with that in person? You're so possessive and obsessive with relationship OCD and bipolar and reactive attachment disorder. You have all of these negative traits, and you think a woman is going to go, you know what, if I just show up, he's going to change. Lorne, you've been, quote, changing. The Cubs were rebuilding for 46 years, as Michael Jordan said. You've been trying to change. You haven't been trying to change, Lorne. You don't think you need to change. You just say what you think these catfish women want to hear. Just calm and slow. Lorne, the fact that you thought choosing not to drink and drive, which we know you didn't have the opportunity that night to drink and drive, was changing for the better. Please be patient with me. Lorne, no one should ever be patient with you. You need someone to slap you across the face with reality, put you in your place. You'd be better off in prison. So while you're in these streams, while you're listening and you're getting your little jollies up, I'm such a celebrity, these people. No, Lorne, you're a case study, man. You're a case study. Like all of these serial killers and all of these other criminals. People can talk about you because you're oblivious to the fact that you're a danger to society and little girls, not real women. You could be one if you found a woman who was weak and submissive, but you're a danger to little girls. That time that you drove down to make sure one of these real girls that you abused and violated in real life, that they weren't cops. You said it was to stare at each other from across the fair. No, Lorne, it wasn't. You went down there to see if they were fucking police or not. And you also wanted to know if she was going out with someone age appropriate, because we know you're threatened by a broomstick with a penis. You were jealous of a dildo. Lorne, you were jealous of the shape of a dildo. Jamie Amy, the robot, was still talking to you. She was spending her time talking to you, but what were you focused on? The fact that a woman sharing her sexual exploits with you was doing it with the dildo in the shape of someone else's penis. Lorne, men use those masturbation sleeves that were molded from their favorite porn star. What was she going to do? Take your disgusting, pathetic, I'm using your words again, little crooked, broken dink and try to use it Lorne, I don't even think she could have stimulated the outside of her vagina with that little bitty thing. And I think you don't understand that you are less than below average. And you know what? I think you may know that you can't satisfy a woman. You know you've never had sex, and you lie about it. And I talked about it in a video that you might have listened to already yesterday, about you have no details. You can provide no details. You can give a name. Shit, man, I can make up a story and say, like a lot of my buddies, which is what you say in the military when you're fucking lying. You know, my buddy back home, man, he did this thing and it's something ridiculous. But Lorne, when you have real sources like I do, and I know about you, you never had a girlfriend in high school. So you didn't get laid in high school. And I can't imagine living in bumfuck Cornville that you ever had access to any real women, which is why the first little bit of interest shown in you, you latch on, desperately clinging, grabbing that little bitty thread that's hanging off and trying to turn it into some kind of fucking meat hook that you can sink in your mental gymnastics as these women are running away from you. They're just afraid of a real relationship, as you've tried to say in the past. You tell these women that are scared of you, do you want to lose me because you're on the verge? Lorne, we talk about you because it's like we can't believe you exist. Almost like if the devil wanted to play a practical joke on this planet, he would create you. He would make this person look like you and give you an arrogance. Well, it's fake. It's a wall you put up. And give you an arrogance that would make you tell everyone how good looking you are, how smart you are. If you would ever accept the fact that the only women you're ever going to get are either blind, deaf, and dumb all at the same time, or women who are blind and don't have any feelings in their fingers, so they can't feel what you really look like. Or you don't find another woman who's a sex offender who looks like Sloth from the Goonies, who has a body of a melted ice cream cone with Yeti pubic hair all over it, and a little bitty crooked broken dick that couldn't please a squirrel. I don't even think a squirrel could feel it. So I'm going to tell you something, Lorne, when you're in these chat rooms, when you're in these streams, I want you to remember why they're going on. Because you're 30 days of desperation and sadness. And it is sad. You may not have found it sad, but we saw who you really were, and you never changed since then. And we saw the monster you would have been with her, and we're glad it never happened. She would have been a prisoner. You couldn't have let her go home, because you know she would have told her parents. And you can't have that, Lorne. You couldn't have that, because it would be an inconvenience. You'd get in trouble. So maybe she would disappear. So I say this to you, Lorne Armstrong. Stay in these streams. Listen to these videos. Really listen. Listen to what people are saying about you. Listen to what they're pointing out. And I want you to try to learn. Ask yourself, are these tens of thousands of people wrong? Or am I wrong? Because I give you this analogy. If you're in a room full of people and every single one of them is going, oh my God, your body odor is horrible. And you say, no, I don't smell. And you've got everybody in the room telling you that you smell. Lorne, you're the type of person who wouldn't do anything about it because you didn't think you smelled. If you don't understand what I'm saying, that doesn't surprise me at all because you are an 87. So stay in these streams, Lorne. Enjoy them. Listen to us make fun of what a psycho you are, how desperate you are. You're a rage-filled virgin. Look at the usernames. These streamers are laughing hysterically, and they're also expressing genuine disgust and fear. So the next time you're in there, don't type anything. Just read, and you will experience what we are. The dangerous, desperate virgin that you are, who should never be allowed to roam free in society.